6 News. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Well, actually, we just started. Guess we've been here for a while, but you're just now joining us on First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan, and for Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt this evening, we've got a lot of cool stuff to cover. One thing being that we've been seeing some stormy weather across central Alabama today. So let's get a look at First Alert AccuTrack for tonight. We have a stalled boundary over central Alabama, and that has been serving as a focal point for rain and storms across the area. So we will get a look at that on First Alert AccuTrack. As of right now, most of the storms that we've been seeing, any strong to severe storms, have been staying south of that boundary, and that's what we're watching right now. So we'll continue to keep an eye on this over the next few hours. As of right now, though, this is beginning to push just a little bit to the south. Generally, though, thunderstorm activity tonight is beginning to fade away. So we'll zoom into some spots that we're still seeing some storms. The bulk of the activity now moving into the southern half of the state, but we've still got some lightning on these storms. Y'all know the drill when thunder roars go indoors. If you live north of I-20, though, most of the thunderstorm activity is fading away, apart from these over in West Alabama that are pushing south towards areas like Pickens County over into Greene and Sumter County as well. But we'll zoom into this batch that has just pushed to the south of Alabaster and Calera. You can see some thunderstorms here producing some lightning and some heavy downpours. Pushing south of Maplesville and Cleveland Mills around Clanton, you're getting in on some intense lightning here. And then also, as we look back towards Bentleyville and Rockford, some heavier downpours. We'll go ahead and give a first alert for places like Cooper, Enterprise, Billingsley, Pentonville, Parnell. These could be knocking on your doorstep here shortly. And then these storms we were tracking over in West Alabama also have some intense lightning on them south of Aliceville. So as these storms are pushing into Greene and Sumter counties, got some heavier rain on them as well as they move towards I-20. If you're in Utah, you're probably beginning to hear those rumbles of thunder. And then Lamar County, the worst of it is now moving to the south of you towards Highway 82, but Reform, Carrollton, Aliceville, you're not in the clear yet. Still another little thunderstorm right to the north of those that just moved through. So over the next 60 minutes, these storms will continue to push to the south and east as they slide along I-65. Generally, the trend here as we go into the evening, unless you're in some of our southwest counties, that activity is going to be fading away. So really the spots here over the next couple of hours that we're still expecting some lingering thunderstorms will be from Pickens, Sumter, Greene, and over into Hale counties. But maybe a little thunderstorm making its way into Tuscaloosa. But I think in East Alabama, the best chance for seeing rain is going to be spots like Coosa and Tallapoosa and Clay counties. But generally the thunderstorms have been fading away a little bit as they push to the south, but we'll keep in a chance of at least a few thunderstorms areas south over the next few hours before that rain coverage begins to go down as we go into the evening. So we are expecting more scattered showers and storms on the way for tomorrow and possibly into the weekend. I promise we have some changes in the forecast though coming up on Weather Extra. We have a lot we're covering this evening. We check in with Matt and Nikki for the beach and Gulf Coast forecast. And of course, we've been mentioning that wet weather is still going to be around at times as we head towards the weekend. But we're not the only ones experiencing wet weather, some flooding in southeastern Europe. And we'll travel up to our next door neighbor to talk about a little orange sky. First Alert Weather Extra. We'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Good Day, Alabama.
A new morning comes with preparing right, because while you slept, news broke.
We have new information from that breaking news that happened this morning.
While you head out, the storm we gave you the first alert for is on its way in. And as the key turns the ignition, your shorter route to work is being found.
Avoid 459 southbound completely because of a crash.
A new morning means everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama, always on your side.
The First Alert traffic you need to get you there safe and on time. tomorrow morning, everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama.
You're late, out the door, and on the go. Don't worry.
Good Day Alabama continues all morning long.
And wherever you watch, this is what you need to know right now.
More reporters on the streets with more hours of news when you need it. Everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama. Knowing first is everything. First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. If we're going to have some summer-like weather, then we might as well think about that beach forecast. We check in with Matt and Mickey for an update.
All right, you want to get started with a look at the beaches as we get into the weekend.
That's right. We got some pretty good big event happening down there.
Yeah, the Hangout Music Festival. If you're going down Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you do need to apply the sunscreen because, buddy, that UV index is on up there.
Yeah, we're looking at a 10 to 11. 11's in that extreme range, so sunburn very, very likely. Make sure you stay protected.
Pretty much anytime you go to the beach, you need to lather up or wear a shirt or a hat or something because it's a little bit more powerful down there.
And one reason, you got the sand there, and of course it can reflect, and that can help burn you too. So just stay protected. Even though we'll have clouds, don't be deceived. You're still going to have that high UV index regardless if it's a sunny sky or partly to mostly cloudy sky. Here's a look at the rip current forecast. It's in that low to moderate range, so not too bad. And look at those water temperatures, Mickey. It is warmed up now to 80 degrees.
Hey, it's time maybe the adults can put their toes in the water instead of just the kids, you know?
There you go. So here's a look at that Hangout Weekend Festival, and just note there will be a chance for some pop-up storms. It looks like the greatest rain chance, Mickey, is going to be just to the north. Sometimes that sea breeze can kind of prevent those storms from really developing right there. But we're going to have to watch it, and of course, if you hear thunder, that's your cue to go indoors. I know a lot of people are going to be outside this weekend, starting Friday, Saturday into Sunday, but temperatures in the 80s.
If I'm headed to the beach and there's like a 20 to 30% chance of rain, man, I'm still going. I'm heading on down.
Yeah, and there could be chances for heavy rain perhaps there maybe at certain times, so maybe in the overnight hours. So here's tomorrow's rain chance along the Gulf Coast, and you can see that rain chance is possible tomorrow and then as we go into Friday afternoon.
Okie dokie, let's take a look at projected rainfall totals.
We'll do that after we look at Saturday into Sunday. Don't get too ahead of it.
Okay,
okay.
Well, look at there. There's some more rain. Some scattered showers out there.
That's what I was saying. I just wanted to show you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And then Sunday looks a little bit better.
Yeah,
maybe just a
drier.
small rain chance. All right.
Let's take a look at those projected rainfall totals down there. A little premature before. We're looking at 1 inch in Mobile, maybe 1.25 inches in Pensacola. This is over the next 5 days, though. It's not just for the weekend. So, yeah, you're still looking pretty good for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, and just note, when we get these summertime storms, they can produce more rain than just that. So this is just an estimate. So there could be spots that get neglected, not see a lot. Others could see maybe 2 to 4 inches. Who knows? So just want to give you that first alert. Here's that 7-day forecast. Even though it has a lower rain chance, I would still say there is that rain chance possibility. So make sure you monitor the First Alert weather app. But temperature-wise, not too bad.
That looks like a pretty typical summer forecast. It's not too hot down at the beach.
Yeah.
Highs in the low 80s, lows in the 70s, just a 20 to 30% rain chance. I'm heading on down with that.
All right, so make sure you download the WBRC First Alert weather app. A lot of reasons. You get the forecast, but also would love to see some of your photos if you're going to the Hangout Music Festival.
Just scan down the bottom. You can see where you can submit those photos, and we might even show up here on Weather Extra.
All right, you heading down there?
I'm still smiling from saying Weather Extra.
I'm heading to the beach. I'll see you later.
I'll see you. I'm still smiling.
Thanks, Matt and Mickey. Meanwhile, up on the East Coast, strong winds are making things tough for firefighters in Maine as they struggle to contain a fire at a hotel this morning. It started Wednesday morning at a Days Inn in Kittery. The owner of the hotel says there were 13 or 14 rooms booked Tuesday night, but everyone made it out safely. By early Wednesday afternoon, part of the building collapsed. The fire prompted the closure of the Route 1 bypass. Well, the Biden administration is investing $11 billion to bring more clean energy to rural America. The White House says this would help families keep the lights and heats on during extreme weather events like heat waves, floods, and winter storms. The funding is available through the Inflation Reduction Act. The administration says this is the single largest investment in electrifying rural areas since the Franklin Delano Roosevelt presidency. Well, coming up on Weather Extra, we've got more storms in the forecast for Thursday and the start of the weekend, but I promise there are going to be some changes. We'll look at that, and then Tania Michelle takes us on a trip for weather around the world. We'll be right back.
West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling easy and more affordable for everyone. Hey everybody, I'm joined by Kirsten Page from West Shore to find out exactly how they're making that happen. Kirsten.
So Joe, we've been able to give homeowners, over 165,000 of them, the shower and bath of their dreams by making it a fast, easy, and convenient experience. But now we're making it even more affordable to start your project without breaking the bank.
Now Kirsten, when someone starts a remodeling project, costs can be a real concern. So how are you making it more affordable to start that project right now?
So instead of me telling you, why don't I show you? This homeowner was having some problems with their old shower. They called us, we stopped out, and we completely removed the old bathtub and replaced it with a walk-in shower in just one day. The best part? We can do a job like this for as low as $99 a month.
$99 a month, that's incredible.
It really is. We understand that budgets can be a little tighter this time of the year, so we want to make it easier for folks to get their projects started right now. So let's go ahead and look at another project we recently did. This homeowner was so excited to get rid of their old bathtub because they were getting an easy, low-step shower. You can see here we took out that old bathtub and removed everything down to the studs. Then we installed new walls and fixtures. By dinner time, this homeowner had their brand new shower, and the best part, they didn't need to worry about paying for their entire project up front. They were able to break it down into low monthly payments.
That project looks amazing, and the low monthly payments is going to make getting that project started so much easier. Kirsten, thanks so much. Folks, West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling fast and convenient, and you heard Kirsten, now they're making it more affordable too with their easy, low monthly payments. Call the number on your screen right now to start your project, and when you do, take advantage of this great offer. Call in now to get your new shower for as little as $99 a month. On top of that, they're doing free installation on all shower and bath projects. Don't delay. Call the experts at West Shore Home now.
Welcome back to Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Still a few thunderstorms around parts of central Alabama tonight. Most of these have been moving areas south, so you can see from Rockford over towards Clanton and Marion and Utah south of Aliceville. Still seeing some lingering thunderstorms, but we're actually seeing a little bit of sunshine in Haleyville and Hamilton tonight. And you can see temperatures are rebounding into the mid-70s. Meanwhile, 69 in Adiana, 70 in Pell City, Columbia, and Birmingham. That rain-cooled air in place. But as we get into tonight, storms are going to continue to fade away. Tomorrow, a chance for a few showers in the morning, mild and humid, and a first alert for the possibility of some fog for the morning commute. But as we get into the afternoon, even though it's going to be cooler, temperatures in the upper 70s again, we've still got a chance for more scattered showers and storms developing. So I would have the umbrella and rain jacket again for tomorrow. And of course, your first alert weather app. Any storms that develop are going to be producing some heavy downpours and lightning. Brief gusty winds possible as well. So let's look at the next 48 hours. Really, our futurecasts, let's take it out here past midnight because a lot of these storms have already moved through. As we start off tomorrow morning, a couple of isolated showers possible, mostly cloudy sky. And then by lunchtime, we begin to see a few showers and storms beginning to fire up. So scattered coverage again for tomorrow afternoon and evening. We could see a couple of isolated showers tomorrow evening into the overnight hours before before on Friday that coverage begins to go down. So generally for Friday, we're looking at more isolated coverage. It will be briefly just a little bit drier, not much. We're just not expecting that widespread activity that we've seen the past couple of days. But as we look ahead to the weekend, we do need to be mindful. Our next big thing is another chance of scattered showers and storms on Saturday before by Sunday, we finally see some improvements, some more breaks of sunshine, and not going to be as muggy. It's still not going to be like it is in the dead of winter with that bone dry air in place, but it's not going to be quite as sticky as it's been outside over the past several days with the summer lake pattern in place and looking more seasonable. Now, as for the weekend, if you do have any plans on Saturday, especially during the morning and afternoon hours, like if you're going to the Sprint for Sloths 5K at the Birmingham Zoo on Saturday morning, kicking off at 7 a.m., we don't want to rule out the chance for some showers and storms around. So if you are going to be walking or running in this, sprinting, you know, if you're like a sloth though, going to be walking, I would definitely make sure that you have the rain gear in place for this type of event, being outdoors. So we mentioned once we get past Saturday, some changes. What I'm showing you here is not air temperature, that is dew point, how much moisture is in the atmosphere. So we go from dew points in the upper 70s through Saturday to back down into the low 60s Sunday and Monday, and that is a sign of that drier air coming in and setting us up for some fairly decent weather next week. I mean, check it out Sunday morning. We could get down into the 50s, so a little cool to start off your Sunday morning if you're headed to church or to get some errands done out of the way early in the day. So check it out. Monday through Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, but generally nowhere near as muggy. It'll still be warm in the afternoons, temperatures in the low 80s, but that's much more seasonable for this time of the year with upper 50s and low 60s for your lows. Not looking too shabby if you need to get any yard work done. Honestly, next week looks like the time to do it. But meanwhile, we've been focusing on the forecast here in central Alabama. Let's turn to meteorologist Tania Michelle to talk about weather around the world. Tania.
Yeah, Lauren, listen, we're not the only ones getting all this rain. Other places are getting heavy downpours, and that's causing, well, flooding. See, heavy rains are battering southern Europe this week, with emergency services in several countries now responding to flooding emergencies. In Croatia, some towns have received over 4 inches of rain in the last 48 hours, and that's according to CNN meteorologists. Croatian Interior Minister Davor Bozanovic said in a statement on Tuesday that the Zaramanga River has risen like never before in history. However, they also said the situation is improving with no casualties reported, thankfully. But CNN affiliate N1 reports nonstop rain is threatening the entire Una Sana canton, with the Una National Park announcing on Facebook that it is closed for visitors until further notice due to extreme flooding on the Una River. And at least 8 people have been killed by heavy rainfall causing flooding and mudslides in northern Italian region of Emilia-Romagna. More than 13,000 residents were forced to leave their homes and evacuate the area. Officials report that the area received half of their average rainfall in just 36 hours. Barbalatsa Nadu has the latest. Take a look.
Roads turned to rivers as rain many hoped would alleviate drought conditions, now a serious threat in the central Italian region of Emilia-Romagna. There are already victims, and rescuers are searching for the missing. Hundreds of people were rescued from flooded homes, many brought to safety in rubber dinghies on flooded streets. More than 5,000 people are under evacuation, according to the Civil Protection. Among them, a 4-month-old baby and an elderly handicapped man. The region had been undergoing severe drought. In 2022, low rainfall and extreme heat depleted the River Po, a crucial waterway for transport and irrigation. A winter with very little snow did little to help. And as bad as these floods are, they are only a drop in the bucket for what is needed to reverse the drought. Earlier this month, a downpour swelled the Po by 5 feet. This deluge of water will raise it even more, but it is still well below average. Extreme weather events are threatening other Italian regions, from Venice, where the Mose floodgates have been raised to protect the city from high water, to Sicily, where heavy storms downed trees and flooded homes. Barbalatsa Nadu, CNN, Rome.
And here's some photo before and after a cyclone Mocha, destroyed an area. Look at the destruction done here. This is actually in Myanmar. Look at this. You can see the before and after pictures of all the destruction that happened to the area. And according to Mayawati TV, a Myanmar military-owned network based in Yangon, says at least 3 are dead and 13 people have been injured after Cyclone Mocha hit Myanmar's coast. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those in the storm. And well, check this out. The sky in Canada was caught on camera today, and it's not its usual color. Look at this video here. Unfortunately, smoke from wildfires burning across Western Canada replaced the clear sky with this orange tint. NASA explains why this happens very well, stating that the smoke particles from the fires allow sunlight's longer wavelength colors like red and orange to get through while blocking the shorter wavelengths of yellow, blue, and green. So that's why the sky appears orange. Lauren?
Tania, meanwhile, back in the U.S., residents in Utah prepare for the worst flooding in more than a decade. Several homes were evacuated near Huntsville, Utah on Sunday. Utah resident Julie Berry is doing what she can now to protect her property.
It's been in my family. My grandparents owned it.
Julie Berry's South Fork summer trailer has been in her family for about 50 years. When she and her husband Scott heard floodwaters were approaching, they started to do everything possible to protect it.
He worries about it a lot, and so I came up and we just started sandbagging, and because I know it hasn't hit its highest yet.
Just across the river, the Berry's cousin Lynn has a trailer and bridge also in the path of flooding.
I come up every other day, but then neighbors call me up and says, hey, it's flooding today. So
most South Fork residents aren't strangers to floodwaters. In fact, they say the flooding doesn't come close to what they saw in 2011 or 1983 so far.
We have had it where logs got against my bridge and caused a dam, and it was flooding up on top of the road and it flooded everything that year.
In 2011, obviously, we had a big flood up here and we sandbagged. And then I want to say 1983, we had a huge storm or a huge winter, and that's when all the flooding in Salt Lake, State Street, we got a lot of it up here.
But the Berries are preparing for this year to surpass all the others.
Some people, they're in big trouble. Some of these people down lower, yeah, they're just in the lowlands and all the water just wants to go right there. So they've sandbagged as much as they can, but I think it's still breaching some of their sandbags.
Somebody told us there's about 14 feet still up there to come down. Causey Dam is overflowing, so there's no control basically at this point, but just for us to get ready and sandbag and do all we can to protect everything.
Julie and Scott hope the flooding doesn't prevent them from making more memories at their South Fork trailer for years to come.
Obviously, we'll pass it down to our 2 kids. It'll be theirs, our grandkids. I mean, they all come up on the weekends, and everybody helps do everything they can to protect it. So we just keep fighting.
Well, a new discovery in the world of paleontology, a gigantic marine reptile, obviously so big that I can't get my words out, about twice the size of, get this, a killer whale, lived about 152 million years ago. That's according to a new study. It says the animal, called the pliosaur, lived during the late Jurassic period. Study author David Martill, who came under criticism for inaccurate claims about the size of another pliosaur in 1999, says he found large fossil specimens and a museum drawer. He later learned the curator had 3 more in storage. The vertebrae were large, with a maximum width almost 11 inches, height of about 9 inches, and 4 inches in length. Due to the size of the vertebrae, the researchers concluded they were closely related to pliosaurs or similar but undescribed species. The Encyclopedia Britannica says pliosaurs were a group of large carnivorous marine reptiles characterized by massive heads, short necks, and streamlined tear-shaped bodies. The study was published May 10th in the journal Proceedings of the Geologists Association. Well, good news, 80% of plastic pollution could be wiped out in 2 decades. That's according to a report from the United Nations. Plastic production has soared in the last few decades, and waste management systems have not kept the pace. The world generated 139 million metric tons of single-use plastic waste in 2021. The UN has created a roadmap to dramatically reduce plastic pollution. It focuses on 3 strategies: reusing, recycling, and alternative materials. Fossil fuels are used to make nearly all plastics. The report urges an end to fossil fuel subsidies, which makes it cheaper to make new plastic products and de-incentivizes recycling and using alternative materials. Representatives from across the globe will gather in Paris later this month to try and create an international plastics treaty to address plastics from production to disposal. Well, let's get a final look at that 7-day forecast for you. Let me pull it up here behind me and we'll send you on your merry way. I think most of us will not be dealing with much in the way of rain for dinner, but we're going to be keeping an eye on it, of course. So some scattered showers and storms possible again for tomorrow. Rain chances go down briefly on Friday before another chance on Saturday. And then once we get past Saturday, I mean, looking pretty good. Sunday, we got some drier weather in the forecast, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that trend will continue into next week, looking more seasonable for late May. Hard to believe we're already on the other side of May, right? So we'll have an update on your forecast tonight coming up on First at 9, and you can join us back here on Weather Extra at 6:30 every Monday through Friday. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Have a safe and happy Wednesday evening.